Are you a young person in Imo State? Are you creative? Are you innovative? My Imo is the campaign to showcase that creativity. My Imo campaign is your window to speak through your art. All you need to join this campaign is take pictures of your Imo or a creative video. It could be dance, drama, art, or any other creative display of your choice. Make a creative video of the Imo you love, the Imo you don't love, the Imo you want to change, the Imo you are grateful for. Post on any social media platform with the hashtag My Imo. Tag Whisper to Humanity on Facebook, Whisper to Humanity on Instagram at whisper_2_humanity, on Twitter Whisper Equality, and LinkedIn Whisper to Humanity. If you choose to remain anonymous, send your videos to us at myimo@whispertohumanity.com or to the WhatsApp number 0815-401-4746. Be a part of the My Imo campaign brought to you by Whisper to Humanity. Are you a young person in Imo State? Are you creative? Are you innovative? My Imo is the campaign to showcase that creativity. My Imo campaign is your window to speak through your art. All you need to join this campaign is take pictures of your Imo or a creative video. It could be dance, drama, art, or any other creative display of your choice. Make a creative video of the Imo you love, the Imo you don't love, the Imo you want to change, the Imo you are grateful for. Post on any social media platform with the hashtag My Imo. Tag Whisper to Humanity on Facebook, Whisper to Humanity on Instagram at whisper_2_humanity, on Twitter Whisper Equality, and LinkedIn Whisper to Humanity. If you choose to remain anonymous, send your videos to us at myimo@whispertohumanity.com or to the WhatsApp number 0815-401-4746. Be a part of the My Imo campaign brought to you by Whisper to Humanity. Are you a young person in Imo State? Are you creative? Are you innovative? My Imo is the campaign to showcase that creativity. My Imo campaign is your window to speak through your art. All you need to join this campaign is take pictures of your Imo or a creative video. It could be dance, drama, art, or any other creative display of your choice. Make a
A very good afternoon to you, Owerri and beyond. Welcome to another beautiful Thursday right here on Heritage 88.7 FM. It's Whisper, Sabi Your Right. And my name is E. Berry. It's the third day in the month of November. First off, let me say happy new month to you. Hope your month is going well, that you're enjoying every bit of it. Thank God the rain has subsided a bit, so we have a little bit of sunny day most recently. And I hope that you're enjoying the weather, enjoying the flow, enjoying the new month already, and you're also enjoying us on Whisper Sabi Your Right. And today we'll be having amazing guests on the show. So sit back, relax, as they say, fasten your seatbelt because it's about to be an amazing ride. We'll go this way, yeah. Last week we introduced you to something very beautiful right here on the show, and we told you we're picking the project My Imo. Yep, project My Imo, where you let us know what you love about Imo State, what you love about your dear state, and what you don't like about it, that pictorial story. So you get your picture, get your video, and post it on their email address that we gave you last week. I think Omar was on the show last week talking to us about that, and he told us to post the videos, the photograph, and all of that, letting us know why we love and why we think certain things should be improved in our dear state. So today I have amazingly my boss. Yeah. Okay, we have a very special person in the building. She is the CEO of Whisper to Humanity, which of course is a youth-led non-governmental feminist organization, bridging gender, bridging the education gap, bridging inequality. and all of that. I have MJ, I can call her Mary J, right here in the studio. Hi, MJ.
Hi, Ray. Good
You look
afternoon.
cool as usual.
Ah, thank you, thank you.
Now let me do some matter they affect because my skin is man, bro. I've been trying to, but somehow you always look fresh, like back to back.
I try. I try.
It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, so my emo project has kickstarted this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and first off, let's go back just in case we have people who just joined us and are wondering what is my emo project about.
So, my emo is like just like Whisper is a youth feminist organization, and we don't want to do things the traditional way. We're doing things in a very youthful manner. So, my emo project is a creative project, is a creative campaign that's more like the follow up of all the radio engagements we've been doing. We believe that people's capacity have been built. We believe that now people have the capacity to enhance some of the conversations that they have been having around them. So it's our little way of saying, okay, come together, let's do this, let's celebrate our emo states. And of course, let's also find how we can rebuild the emo that we are complaining about. So it's more like saying we are bringing a creative advocacy into the emo space where young people are going to take ownership of celebrating their home and of course lauding the fact that there are things that are not going well in their home and we should change it. So basically,
The amazing thing is nobody can fix your home for you better than
exactly.
you. And the thing about Japa these days, yeah, very crazy. So I mean, for some people, cool. I mean, if you have all the things you need out there, you have everything, yeah, it's okay. But for some people who don't know, don't have money, you don't know where you're gonna sleep, you just have to choose to travel and that Japan only walk, walk,
I mean, we can't all leave. We are too big. Like, we can all leave. Already need Java, your family will still be here somehow.
True.
Yeah.
True. Okay, so just to enlighten or throw light into this, yeah. I want to be part of this my emo. What am I required to do?
Okay, so my emo is like just being in emo state is the first step to being part of my emo campaign. And then we're not even saying everybody must send a document to us. So if you want to remain anonymous, you could send us an email of those documents. So we post and nobody knows it's from you, especially when you're trying to highlight things that are not working well. So the government doesn't think you're showing shades. But in a situation you want to celebrate your emo, please go ahead, post it on any of your social media handles, tag Whisper to Humanity, use the hashtag my emo, and just have your phone, be willing to do it, and that's all.
Am I too fast if I'm saying youths with on t-shirts with my emo, and all of that on the streets, maybe a Saturday, maybe like a stadium, something, exercising, I think that's part of the whole project in this very, very crazy world.
Lots
of things,
I think I'm loving that way.
Really work like a Saturday workout exercise.
Yeah, for my emo, right?
You bet you. Okay, so what has the responses been so far?
Okay, so far we've gotten a couple of emails, but we have not had people like going wild on it. So the 16 days of activism is starting on the 25th of this month. It's going to go on from 25th to 10th of December across the world. And in Whisper, we were planning to actually have like a viral thing online, on radio, and of course physically, to involve more young people to talk about their spaces and their homes. And I mean, from what you said now, I'm just thinking about how we're going to wear the t-shirts and be on the street during the 16 days as well. So I think it's also more more publicity to be made and more people to talk about it.
All right. I mean, this is very, very interesting because it's been a while we had things aside, politics, and all. It's been a while we had things like this that will help rebuild our state. So, I'm going to ask you to talk to that emo youth listening to you right now. Why is this important?
Okay, it is important because emo is your own. It is important because, like you said earlier, nobody's going to rebuild your home for you. we have had in the past few weeks and the past few months and the past few years complaining back to back about how our home, our states have become, and we don't love it. So it is for you to take an action, and you don't have to do a lot. It is for you to just pick up your phone and be part of a movement that enhances the cause for a better Imo state. And I hope that you jump on it.
All right, there's an email address which you can send your shots, your documents, or whatever it is. Just like you said, if you want to be anonymous,
Yeah.
well, we've got your back.
Yeah.
You're also a proud email writer. If you want to say, hey, I took the shot, well, we've also got your back. We'll help you do that. Okay. So the email again is my emo
at whisper2humanity.com.
Okay, so you can hit that email. We want to get lots of your mails because, I mean, this is what we can do. This is our own part from Whisper to Humanity to our dear English state. MJ is still right here with us, but we'll be introducing someone right now who will be joining us on the discourse, right? Injustice in the tax sector. We're talking taxation and we're looking at injustice in the tax sector. So if you stay right here with us, don't go anywhere. We'll be bringing you this show.
I'm seeing it already.
Are you a young person in Imo State? Are you creative? Are you innovative? My Imo is a campaign to showcase that creativity. My Imo campaign is your window to speak through your art. All you need to join this campaign is take pictures of your Imo or a creative video. It could be dance, drama, art, or any other creative display of your choice. Make a creative video of the Imo you love, the Imo you don't love, the Imo you want to change, the Imo you are grateful for. Post on any social media platform with the hashtag MyImo. Tag Whisper to Humanity on Facebook, Whisper to Humanity on Instagram at whisper_2_humanity, on Twitter, Whisper Equality, and LinkedIn, Whisper to Humanity. If you choose to remain anonymous, send your videos to us at my
to Whisper to Humanity right here. Sabi Your Right on Heritage 88.7 FM. Still your girl, Iberia. And I said earlier that we'll be talking task, yeah? Pass. Okay, stocks. All right, so with me is Barrister Anasiki Princess. She is she's a member of MBA, that's Imo Bar, Nigerian Bar Association, Imo State, here in Warri. And well, it's good to have you on the show, Princess.
Thank you. It's good to be
Barrister
here.
Princess.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, please. And MJC right here, Mary J. Mary Jacobs right here. Yeah, I was called that Mary J. All right, so we're talking tax, yeah. So I'll start with you, Barrister. When we say tax, what do you understand?
Okay. Taxes or taxation, like we all know, it's a compulsory payment levied by the government to either individuals, companies, or bodies, organizations, trustees, NGOs, and the rest of them. This payment or levy is used for development of the economy and public infrastructures. Yeah.
Okay, and I'd like you just for follow-up sake, so that those listening can follow. What are the different taxes we have in?
Okay, we have lots of taxes in Nigeria, but I'll talk about the ones that some of us may or may not be conversant with. The first tax is the corporate tax. This tax is basically for organizations, companies, corporations that their yearly income revenue is well about 100 million a year. We have personal income tax. This tax is for small business owners, SMEs, individuals, salary earners, private organizations that earn a little bit below 25 million. We have capital gains tax. We have the Petroleum Act and tax. Sorry, I don't know why I keep calling it acts because there are acts and bodies and laws that actually regulate some of these taxes. But the corporate tax, which I already said, is for organizations, for companies, for bodies that earn a little above 100 million annually. This tax is regulated by the CITA, that's the Company Income Tax Act of the 2011 as amended. This act rate is usually between 20% to 30%. If you're earning a yearly income of 100 million, your tax is deducted every year. 20% of what you earn of your profits in that year is deducted, either 20% or 30%, as the case may be. The one that affects Imo State, Imo State, because we don't have companies in Owerri. We have small businesses, we have schools, we have NGOs. The major tax that affects Imo State is the personal income tax. Yeah. This tax is regulated by the Personal Income Tax Act. It was amended in 2011 and it involves small organizations, small businesses, individuals earning salaries, earning a little below 25,500,000, and their income tax capital is 10,000 naira. Depending on how much they make in that year, they pay their taxes to the state government. If your business is located in Owerri, you're paying your taxes to the state government, not the federal government. We have another tax that is called the value added tax. That's the VAT, the VAT. This tax is for everybody. Children pay these taxes. It's very surprising that as you're recharging your phone, you're paying taxes. And this tax is 7.5% of whatever it is that you're buying. It's also a tax that is for goods and services. If you go to the supermarket, to the stores, and you're buying a product, for example, worth 10,000 naira, you're meant to pay 7.5% of that 10,000 naira. And some of us do not even understand how these taxes are, calculated. So we end up just looking at. We don't even look at the receipts that they give us. We just go to the stores, pick up what we want to buy, and if you check under the receipt, there's a VAT 7.5% within there, but we do not understand what it is. So instead of 10,000 naira, you get to pay maybe 11,000 something, and you do not know why you're paying such. You buy your airtime, you buy your data subscriptions, you buy your GoTV subscriptions, you're paying your VAT. You buy everything, you're paying your VAT. Even you're buying your fuel from the filling stations, you're paying your VAT. So VAT is what we pay every single day. As you step out of your house, you're paying taxes. So these are the different types of taxes in Nigeria.
Okay, I'd like to ask from both sides, what are the importance? Why is it important to pay tax?
Okay, it's extremely important that we pay taxes because one, taxes are used to develop the state of the country. It's I think it's the most important avenue where revenues are generated. If we have a country where people do not pay taxes, revenues will be generated. And such revenues are used for growth and development of the country or the state. The state government or the federal government uses such revenues to improve the public infrastructures, the schools, the hospitals. We have access to good hospitals, we have access to good schools, we have good roads. These are the importance of taxes. It's also for corporate organizations or small businesses. Taxes helps to protect your organization or your company. It gives your company a legal backing. So it gives your company how do I put it, a reputation that even if you have dealers or investors, international investors, your taxes helps to give you a reputation that you are a law-abiding citizen of that country. So it's extremely important that we pay our taxes.
Interesting. Yeah, should I say something?
Yeah,
I was just feeling like I was a lecturer.
Well, yeah, I from a young person's perspective, when we don't want to speak the grammar or the truth of what a tax is, but I think linking it to the My IMO campaign, pay your taxes. So tax is that thing that gives you like the green card to campaign for a better IMO state. Like the barrister rightly said that this is like more like a percentage that we are dropping to the government to build the society that we want to build. And every month or every day you recharge your card and you drop your tax, it is you're dropping. And if you're buying in Imo State and you're paying your taxes, and if you're working in Imo State and you're paying your taxes, you're paying for a better road, you're paying for you're paying for better utilities, you're paying for everything that you can get from the government. So it's not like we're begging a government to give us what is due for us. So I cited because of this, because of the conversation around this. It's like our gateway to demanding for what we need and the society that we desire.
Interesting. I like the way this conversation is going. Right away, you're out there, you want to be part of the conversation right here in the studios. The number to call is 0811 288 7887. Again, 0811 288 7887. You can call to be part of the show. And remember that you can also reach us on WhatsApp. And WhatsApp number is 081 540 14748. Okay, you can use that number to WhatsApp and be part of the show. Now, according to your contribution and definition and what it is, this tax payment or money is supposed to be used for the development of any state, or country, as the case may be.
Yeah.
Is that the case in Nigeria, and narrow it down to Imo State?
Okay, unfortunately, it's not the case in Nigeria and Imo State. I've heard people complain to me that they pay taxes, and at the end of the day, they are not seeing the benefits of the taxes that they pay. I've had small businesses, complain because if you're in a country where your taxes are being utilized, you would want to pay your tax. And in Nigeria, in a way, we are forced to pay taxes, whether or not we are aware that we are paying them. We are paying them, but where those taxes are going to is what we cannot account for. And so an ordinary man or an average Owerri man or Imo State, he's just confused. We have bad roads, we have poor education, schools are underdeveloped, we have almost bad hospitals. We are almost literally suffering in Owerri, in Imo State, but we are paying taxes. So we don't understand where those monies are going to. And this tax I'm talking about is not cheap. It's very expensive. I forgot to add that we also have the type of tax that is called stamp duty tax.
Yes.
This is a very important tax because a lot of people buy landed properties, and they consult a lawyer to draft those the instruments for those properties, and they forget that there is something called the stamp duty that you ought to pay. But some people do not know how much it is. And this is not 2 naira, it's not 1 naira. It is a proportion of the consideration of that property. Like that property is 200 million, for example. You're paying maybe a little bit below 10% of 200 million. as stamp duty. And if you don't pay it, it doesn't have the backing of the law. So where is the 10% of 200 million naira going to? We do not know where such monies are going to. So people are not comfortable with paying such tax every day when you are not seeing changes that you need to see.
Interesting. Wow. That example you cited is the figure is crazy. If that has to go around, the amount of properties that are being sold in this state alone, Anyways, let's leave it at that. MJ, you're really smiling. Task. Do I keep calling it? I think so. Okay, really, something happened on my way here. I think that I was going to, call for help. Let me just chip it in. So it shook me a little bit, shook my system up. I was just about to leave the house and I saw this lady trying to run out of a neighbor's house. There was another fence, the fence beside me. She was trying to run out and the guy ran out and locked her and locked the door. And when she turned and saw me, she started screaming, "Help, help, help." And she wanted to jump down a 2-story building, like through the balcony. And I kept screaming, like, "Guy, leave her alone. What is it? Leave her." And he pushed her back inside the house and locked the door. I could hear her faintly screaming. So that incident kind of shook me up a bit because, being a victim of rape and all of that, it's not something I want anybody to go through. So I'm using this avenue to call on security operators or rapid response team. I said if I've said telling the person dropping me over, if I'd seen anyone on the road, I would have redirected them to Salem Street, Prof Avenue. It's just a house behind at Salem Street there. After the very fine building, they have this gold-plated gate and all of that. The next house behind, and she kept screaming the name Ifine, Ifine, Ifine. So if we have security agents listening, please, the girl might be in danger. Her life might be in danger. I think she needs to be checked on to know what the problem is. So that's like a digression for what we're discussing. So let's come back to that. I think now that I said that, my heart is kind of free a bit, Let's come back to tax here. So we pay tax in this state, and we are not enjoying the benefits of the money that we work for and the money that is being deducted from our salaries, from our, spendings or whatever it is on a daily basis. Who is to be blamed for this injustice? Who do we think should be blamed for this injustice?
I think it's the government that should be blamed because we are playing our own part as citizens of this country to pay. So it is the duty of the government to make sure that those monies that we are paying every day are being used for what they are meant for.
Let's even come down and ask, what are some of the injustices we find in our taxation system?
Okay, the first is we do not have a fair ground for taxation. Let me explain. We have low salary earners. In Nigeria, we focus on minimum wage, which is, I don't even think is up to $50 per month. And these people pay the same thing that people earning close to 200,000 and above are paying. So there's no equity, there's no equality in taxes. If I'm earning 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira a month, and someone that is earning way above me pays the same thing I'm paying. Okay. Also, one of the injustices is people do not know how to calculate their taxes. Like I said earlier, they do not check. They don't even know that it's up to 7.5 for VAT. For stamp duties, it's a little below 10%. So you get to register a document or an instrument, and you go to the ministry and you want to pay. You don't know how much you're paying. You don't know that it's less than 10%. But those people will come up with a particular amount of head, and you pay. So if you do not know how to calculate your taxes, you don't ask questions, you end up paying.
Okay, teach us now. Teach us how to calculate this thing because it's very worrisome. It's very worrisome. The mama that is going to pay for, she may not be able to. She understand. And like you said, a lot of people don't pay cognizance to these things. It's just how much is it? And truly, it's not like they have all the money, but because it's a necessity. Yeah, you want to get it, and you need that service or goods. You just go ahead to pay for it. So I'm a layman, and I want to calculate. I want to now calculate my tasks so that whatever opportunity comes up, I know this is how much I'm supposed to pay for this. Please help us.
Um, it's okay. VAT, VAT, value added tax is 7.5%. Now, if I go to the market, supermarkets, or anywhere to get something, and I pay whatever I'm buying for that day, the total is 10,000 naira. Calculate 7.5% of 10,000 naira. So if when I get my receipt, I should check, the total of whatever it is I got and the value added tax, which they should stipulate that is 7.5%. So if I pay 10,000 naira for what I got plus 7.5%, I think basically people do not want to know. They are not bothered. You should go online. There are arts, there are value added arts, there is personal income tax arts, there is company income tax arts online. These things are online anywhere on the internet. You need to go online, check for some of these things, know your rights, so that you can sue anybody. That's the it's crazy that we think that suing a supermarket is I guess what we hold good. I don't know. But if my taxes are being miscalculated and I receive higher payment than I ought to, I can sue. If people get to know that I have such rights to sue a company or an organization, I think people will get to calculate my taxes as well. So go online. I can't explain all of them. The company income tax is 20% to 30% of your profit yearly. If my profit is 100 million, if my profit is 20 million, 20% of 20 million is my tax for that year. For personal income tax, whatever your salary is, minus 0.5%, 0.75%. So every month, if I'm earning 30,000 naira, 0.75% is deducted from my salary. That is excluding VAT. Every salary earner pays taxes, excluding VAT. VAT is value added for services and goods. But for income taxes, it's any salary earner, small business owners, private organizations, NGOs, trustees and body schools, whatever they make for that year, for that month, they remove 0.75%. That is what their tax is.
Okay, so let's come back. Let's come to you, NJ. Injustice in the taxation system of Nigeria. What are some of those areas that really, really break your heart?
Okay, so I think one of the major things is the fact that we don't even know how we pay tax. We don't even know what taxes are. And like she rightly mentioned, like the barrister mentioned, the market women pay more taxes than corporate workers in most cases, because sometimes they create these local bodies that go and collect money from them. So they just go and tell them you're supposed to pay this every month. They make it like levies and then stocks, and they make it like a tax that is remitted to the local government, and then a huge percentage of this money is never remitted. Then I think one of the biggest issues we have in our tax system in Nigeria is the issue of awareness. Because in Nigeria we've become so relaxed with the fact that we get our money from oil. Okay, so this has become a major avenue to generate revenue for us. And we forget that there are so many countries, like I think 70% of countries in Europe have their major source of income as taxes. Okay, and imagine if we have a transparent accounting system, if we have a transparent system in Nigeria where revenue is calculated as it should be. So if we had like a transparent system, we're going to know how much revenue we generate from tax in Imo State every month. And if I am seeing how much we're generating from tax, we were speaking in the office the other day, I think last month, we were talking about the bad roads. And then I was saying, that with a trip of sand, we could actually make the road to the office more motoring. And we calculated my personal tax every month, and I was paying the same amount of that sand. So I'm like, what if I don't pay tax and I'm using this money to just work on this road? I could actually do it. But things like that, if I was not aware that I'm paying this amount, and if I was not aware that my tax is supposed to fix this road for me, and if I was not aware how much tax I was paying, I don't think I would have been as angry as I was that minute. So I think more awareness should be made. I think we should make more awareness. We should be more intentional. Let people understand that if you're paying this, it's going to the government, and if it's going to the government, it's supposed to come back to you to put in place some of these public appliances that you need in your locations. So if we understand it like that, we will be paying our taxes like, oh yeah, take my money and keep for me and use it and come back. So when I give you my money and you don't come back with it, it becomes an issue. And then that way I would have every justification to start an opera, start some form of advocacy or activist campaign to say, oh, I paid my taxes and you didn't do this. And which is why I am hoping that the My IMO campaign will go in that light, so that we more people are going to be more aware of how much we pay and start asking questions of how much we are actually generating as a state every month through taxes. And then start seeing some of the loopholes and things that are not working well in our state and start asking questions. If we generated 1 million naira from taxes this month, this road, if we make the budget, this road, we need only 200,000 to do it. We need only 100,000. You see that more citizens will be more aware and more involved in the governance process. So I think as much as the government is they're supposed to play a role, which we obviously are not seeing any entry, and it is now on our part to also take this awareness to the poor masses who don't understand. Because if a market woman in a village in let's say in a village in Osobodo, we have a market woman who is selling and paying every week and paying every day. They pay daily invoice with the market. So imagine that they are paying daily and they don't even have space to even put their legs in the market. And you're telling them that because you paid this money, the government owe you to pour sand and make this place good enough for you to sell. It's going to be easier for them to raise an opera and say, oh, we cannot pay if you're not going to do something for us. But if they don't have the knowledge, they won't. So yeah, more awareness actually.
All right. So this is a call to you out there who can, I mean, it doesn't take anything to, just like we discussed earlier, to come out on the streets and say, okay, let today just be for this particular reason. And then, go on social media. And that's why we want for you to be part of My IMO project. Hello. Yes, please. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Maniko, if I hear you very well. Good afternoon. What's your name or where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello, are you there?
Hello?
All right, would like for you to call back. Somehow I wasn't hearing you. I thought I heard, please be unto you guys. And I had to reply. Please do call back. You want to be part of the conversation. It's 0811 288 7887. Again, 0811 288 7887. You can call now, and be part of the show. So I was saying that, people out there can start, creating awareness, rising up to this opportunity that we have now, because in the next couple of months we're talking about another election. We're talking about and a lot of times when we drive around most states, And I'm like, oh wow. Okay, we drove around uh this not inland road now from Amakohia to Onisha Road, where you have Graceland Estate and the rest of them. And the street lights were up, the roads cool to drive on. I'm like, oh wow, this road is really beautiful. And my husband went, oh, but it was this other person that, just that. And I went cold because, somehow, to be honest with you, even as government, people like good things.
Yeah. Of course.
The people you're leading love to see things work.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to celebrate mediocrity. Nobody likes to celebrate, bad work, bad governance, and all of that. If you actually find people doing that, then there's something they are getting from behind. But we as they pay Nigerian youths these days, as the warriors, as we know if you sleep, that's the word. Yeah. Yes. Everybody's looking to run out, and all of that. And they keep saying we are the future leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow is today already.
Yeah.
This is our tomorrow. So what I'm saying is that here's a point where we all need to rise up to the occasion. We all need to, start talking about this, create your own small groups, join Whisper to Humanity to do this, and let's push it. Earlier I asked you what should we do for this. I think the citizen also shares part of it. What do you think, Princess?
I think so too. I think so too, because if they hold the government accountable for all the taxes we pay, I think the government will rise up to do something about it.
So how can we hold the government accountable? How can we do this now? Do we go through our local government council chairperson? How do we do this? Because with the way you are a barrister,
yeah.
If I take the government to court, yeah. There's no likely speculation that I will win. Okay? Yes, that's the truth. As it is in Nigeria now.
Can we see you? It's possible, really. I've seen cases where people win against the government. So it's very much possible. But because we've so commonized the law, and an average man feels that he doesn't have any rights to get any benefit from the law or justice whatsoever. So people are skeptical about pushing their limits. So they know what is wrong. They know that the government is not doing what they ought to do. But they just keep quiet. Let me just be on my own and do my thing. Once my family, my immediate family, they are comfortable. But how long do we do that? Where we build road, okay. If you go towards Chukwumawoha, Orata, that road is a mess. You can't even ply that road on a rainy day. But you see people, contractors come out to pour sand and pour whatever they want to pour. And then the citizens are like, the government is working. This is literally your tax that is at work. If we are aware that these are the things that they should do compulsorily, it's not coming out from their pockets. I think we won't even be excited that the government is doing anything. So the citizens should also share a blame and what's going on.
Yeah, so I asked earlier, how can we, bring them to work or make them accountable? How can we do that? We're already talking about advocacy, we're already talking about campaign, letting people know that, hey, you need to stand up and start talking about this or start looking at this. Anytime you're buying stuff, make sure you're paying the right tax and that they're not cheating you. Yeah, they're not cheating you. So how do we follow this up, especially with the people, the leaders, the government, who's supposed to build a good hospital with equipment? Yeah. Who's supposed to make sure that the public schools, the government schools, are well fixed? How do we now follow this up? Having this knowledge, that is our money that they're supposed to use to fix it, and we pay this money.
We live in a democratic country, and if we can come together as the youth of this country, it's of states, and take steady and conscious steps, to form small groups, reach out to those women in markets that don't have access to the internet, reach out to schools, secondary schools, reach out to the universities, make them aware that these are their rights as citizens of this country, that they should hold the government accountable. I think we can make a change, and we can reach out to, I don't even know if we have
local governments that are currently functional, but we can start from the local governments up to the state governments. I think something in the nearest future could be done. I think so.
All right, so you're still listening to Sabi Your Right here on Whisper to Remember Humanity on Heritage 88.7. And we're talking injustice in the taxation of our country, Nigeria. We're narrowing down to Imo State and seeing how things are working and how things are not working. Okay, which is also part of the reason why the My Imo is up from Whisper to Humanity. So you can join in. Okay, it's now making sense how you can take photos and then send to us. Let's know what's cool about State for you and what you do like. All right, and to be part of the show, calling 0811-288-7887. Good thing we have a barrister in house. You can go ahead and ask your question and be sure that you'll be answered. Okay, there's some places that are not particular to the government per se. Landlords and house owners.
Yeah.
It's a trend. Apparently, I don't know. It looks like a spirit in the atmosphere that you build a very cool house, like an almost oh my gosh kind of house, but the street to just the front of your house is messed up.
Okay, so I think it's not just about the landlord. The barrister said something about when you're buying properties.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Barrister, I'm correct,
Yes,
right?
yes, you are.
So if you're buying a property, properties in Imo State are extremely expensive.
True.
So if you're buying a property of 200 million and you're paying close to 10%, right?
Yeah.
You know,
That's bad, man. Barrister, that's bad.
I just don't know how it has the injustice really, because I don't know how we came about these percentages. You have to pay close to 10%, and the government that is actually okay. This is an unfortunate story that just came to my mind. I lost my dad 2 years ago, and he has some money in the account and all that, and I was supposed to go get it, but because I needed to go through the due process, I went to probate and all that. Do you know that I ended up paying 15% of whatever that was in his account? 15%. Now, if someone has maybe the dad had 200,000 naira left in the account and he pays 15% of 200,000, what's left? I had a call the other day and a young man crying told me that he needed to have access to his father's funds in the account in the bank, 200,000 naira to be specific. And I told him that at the end of the day, consulting me as a lawyer will cost you. So it's better you go and do it yourself. But you end up paying 15% minus all the funds that you need to pay. You might end up paying close to 20% of 200,000. And then what do you have left? Imagine that was the only thing you're relying on to feed. It's really outrageous, the percentages that we collect, that the government collects from us, and nobody seems to be saying anything about it. We're all calm because maybe it's not a norm, because we do not know the right sources to talk to, or we do not even know what to do. We're just cool with it.
We know what to do. We know what to do.
Yes. So imagine that you're taking 10% of 200 million. That's 20 million. That's 20 million there. That road leading to that house will not take up to 20 million naira
At all.
to grade it to a very amazing standard. So the point is, if that landlord is buying a land of 200 million and you're spending a lot of money to build up to standard, that government that is collecting the tax owe you at least to make that place motorable for your people to use. So you see that these things are like, we all need to play a part in it. Because even the landlord who paid this probably would be more relaxed, like, I'm not going to live here and stuff. But if the landlord is saying that, I can have my tenants go live in a house where it's not motorable, how would they even move? And people are saying that they can't even live in those houses, and people are underpricing your house. You're going to feel more pressured
True. And you're going to be asking the government, like, what is happening? Why do we even pay these things that we pay? I think one of the biggest issues, one of the biggest reasons why so many Nigerians are not activists, or so many Nigerians are not taking to different kind of advocacy and campaigning for a better society, is because, like Barrister mentioned earlier, that we've been pushing this narrative of our personal gratification. So if it's not me, if it's not my family, then everybody can just stay where they want to be. And the most horrible part of this ideology is that we have not started finding how this thing is hurting us the most. Yes. If we start finding, if you want people to, trust me, if we want everybody in Imo State to feel very personal, and at least half of Imo State outside on the streets campaigning for a better, a just taxation system, and a better process to the society that we live in. The easiest thing to do is to tell everybody in Imo State a story of how this thing involves them directly. Yeah. So if a landlord is understanding that it involves you because, my guy, you pay this kind of amount, which means that this person owes you to make this place motorable. And if your tenants are saying that, oh, landlord, this place is not motorable. If we're going to be living here, that means we can't drive our cars during the rainy season. Therefore, we can't pay you this amount. Okay? And if you're pushing the landlord under pressure, the landlord is pushing the government under the pressure. You see that even if it's not direct, we're also pushing towards the right direction. And then it also boils down to us as individuals. If you're also understanding that, oh, you're paying huge amounts of tax, and this means that your children should have access to good education system, your children should have access to schools around the neighborhood where you live in, and they don't have it. If you're calculating your earning how much do we even earn in Imo State? If you're calculating your individual earning, or if you have a spouse and you are both calculating your earning, and you're calculating how much you're going to spend for your children's school fee, you understand that, okay, maybe if we had better education system, which we are obviously paying for, I would pay less. So if we start narrowing it down to how it gets to us directly, if we start narrowing it down to that, oh, this is personal, this is something that hits me personally, and start taking ownership of the process, it will be easier for us to question the status quo and easier for us to organize as a community of people to question these processes.
We have tagged this month here on Sabi Your Right, month of tax, and we'll be talking this for the rest of this month. So I believe that this will help open our eyes, to the truth about our taxes, what they're being used for, what we need to do to make sure that they are put to good use, and that we enjoy off the money the government is collecting from us. All right. I really wish I get more calls right now, because I'm sure there are a lot of questions in your heart you want to ask. Like, we're giving you the opportunity to call in to be part of the show. All right. One more time, the number is 0811-288-7887. Again, 0811-288-7887. So back to you, Barrister. You have this is like your last final word. Yeah. Yeah, you have someone listening to you, and the person is feeling, my company we don't make much, but I still pay tax. And there are other companies that are, big or big establishments that either don't pay or we pay the same thing. And I'm feeling I'm being cheated because, there's this inequality in the system. Yeah. So if you had the opportunity to talk to such business owner, you have the floor. What would you say?
Okay, first of all, I would like to advise that if you want to start a business and your capital is less than 500,000, I will advise you register a business name, because once you register it as a company, you get to pay what a company pays. So it's important for you to start
let's ask the right questions. How much are we generating? How much are you paying? How much is Imo getting? What are you doing for us? Ask the right questions. Join the My Imo campaign, and we'll keep you more updated on how we want this campaign to roll out. But for now, just be snapping pictures and post on social media.
I'm for the free, like, I not that for me. Even my little baby, like, I hacked into my mommy's phone and she has thousands, if not millions of photos of me. I think she's obsessed with me. Okay, guys, please keep snapping and keep posting, keep connecting with us right here on Sabi Your Right, live response to humanity on Heritage 88.7 FM. Barrister Princess Anasiki, thank you so much for responding to our call. We hope the next time.
Definitely, thank you for that.
And my boss, Mary Jacobs, thank you so much for coming on
my
the
boss
show.
on this seat.
And the entire team on my paid for and in panel. Thank you guys so much. Until we come here again next week, have a lovely day.